I'll take that, because look where women's basketball is. People are talking about women's basketball that you never would think that we'd be talking about women's basketball. People are pulling up to games. We got celebrities coming to games, sold out arenas, like just because of one single game. And just looking at that, like, I'll take that role. I'll take the bad guy role, and I'll continue to take that on and be that for my teammates. And if I want to be that, and I know I'll go down in history, I'll look back in 20 years and be like, yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person.
I don't need anyone to tell me I'm great. I already know I am, Angel Reese famously remarked. But here's the thing, rather than allowing the ghost town atmosphere to ruin her, Angel Reese turned this awkward silence into a full-fledged spectacle when she arrived at her eagerly awaited debut game. She was met with nothing but cheers, hype, and not even a wave from the janitor. Yes, the stands were as empty as a gym on the first day of school. You'll be shocked by what she did next.
Okay, so people are watching, not just because of one person. All right, but they're watching because of Me Too. Me Too. They're playing at LSU. There are people right now, her fans, you know what? Her social media.
When popcorn vendors begin to doubt their life decisions, it's awful. Angel Reese claimed to be her, and evidently that means turning up to your first professional game to play hide-and-seek with an audience that never showed up. Since nobody cared enough to go, the stadium was so deserted in the middle of the day that you could have had a meditation retreat there with complete seclusion and no outside distractions.
Today, Angel Reese, girl, you're my angel, you're my darling. Folks, the Chicago Sky Game 1 of the preseason was underway last night. Angel Reese looked pretty good, but we're gonna get into that momentarily. On the negative side, Angel Reese fans, LSU fans, all of you who tell us, oh my God.
Caitlin Clark, meanwhile, is out here idly shattering ticket sales records, trending as though she just cured boredom and essentially being treated like the basketball equivalent of Taylor Swift's Era Tour, with every seat full of fans yelling her name and cameras reacting more quickly than Angel Reese can stand when someone mentions her name.
So I think it's time to finally, end the argument. End the argument that there is any sort of other needle mover that is even remotely close to Caitlin Clark in the WNBA. And again, the reason why we have got we've got Hailey Van Lith up is because it was Hailey Van Lith's return as well as Angel Reese's return. Angel was not the only person. They had two players returning. However, right now in Carver, there are no tickets left for under $200.
Let's face it, Reese was probably hoping for a standing ovation and red carpet pyrotechnics for simply existing, but instead, she got the sound of a tumbleweed moving over hardwood floors, the type of awkward stillness that only occurs after someone says, "Trust me, I'm a big deal." Then nobody gives a clap.
Twitter fingers turn to can't even show up and buy ticket fingers. Angel Reese, going home to her alma mater, LSU, plays against the Brazilian national team in front of 6,300.
Although Angel's confidence has never been subtle, she has waved off critics like they were mosquitoes, puffed her chests like she invented rebounds, and marched onto courts like she owns them. However, all of that big talk felt a little echoey when it turned out that the only people in the room were a security guard fighting sleep and a few reporters checking their phones.
I've tried to tell you guys, you heard me say it on this channel. A lot of Angel Reese fans are not basketball fans, and they are proving it. They proved it last night without a shadow of a doubt. That was one of the most embarrassing things I've ever seen. You might be like, well, Rhodes, what was so embarrassing?
The finest part was when Angel was busy looking for her fan base in the stands. As if she had lost them, Caitlin Clark was making a casual debut in front of a sold-out crowd, not just full but bursting at a circus, with ticket prices sky-high, the kind of demand you'd expect for a Beyoncé concert or the last Cronet in New York. And did Caitlin disappoint on the one And let's just say her performance wasn't exactly an appointment viewing experience, more like something you'd catch on a grainy live stream with buffering issues and a comment section full of bots. However, she didn't let the fact that the stands were empty ruin the mood. Instead, she went off on social media, most likely on her Uber driver.
I don't want to hear ever again anyone ever tell me that there's anyone that's like Caitlin Clark in the WNBA. I don't ever want to hear it again. Nobody. There is nobody like her. I'm not glazing her.
Because when there was doubt, she blamed the system, implied that the world was being unfair, and suggested that people should have come because Caitlin earned it. Let's not pretend that Caitlin Clark didn't make college basketball a major event on her own. Rather, she was creating history with game after game logo threes and no-look passes, court vision, which led sports analysts to use words like generational and alien without irony. While Caitlin was busy rewriting basketball history, Angel Reese was busy attempting to copyright her own attitude.
Hey, look, they're getting an attention now. And I told you before that it had to sort of be like a reality TV. And that's what they're starting to give us. And we're paying attention. We're all tuned in. We're getting more attention than they've ever gotten before. And a part of it is Angel Reese. We cannot deny that. She was a part of it. Is she the part of it? No, that's Caitlin. Caitlin is the person who's the main factor. She's the top of the show. She's what everybody came to see.
Since professional sports have a long history of punishing self-assured women who check their notes and play while her fans, or what's left of them, started speculating right away that she was robbed and that it was the schedule because she's too real for the league.
Talk about how much they're fans of Angel Reese, but they won't actually put an effort to show how much they're fans of Angel Reese. They won't put their money where their mouth is, a running theme with the...
How embarrassing. How embarrassing. Now, you're not going to hear this from the mainstream media, who continues to pretend that the Bayou Barbie is beloved. You're not going to hear this from the media, who continues to pretend that Angel Reese is a huge star. The Bayou Barbie might be beloved by some. Angel Reese might even be a huge star. But like I have been telling you guys for 2 years, there's one thing that Angel Reese is not. Angel Reese is not a draw.
If you had any questions or any doubts as to who Caitlin Clark was, you hopefully had them answered today. If you watched.
But for Caitlin Clark to be as popular as she is, I mean, it's just kind of extraordinary. I mean, it's cut through the noise to an extent that I've never seen anything in women's college basketball.
But also, I think that people understandably have a fascination with extreme excellence. I've never watched women's college basketball before. I might watch Caitlin Clark, though. Extreme excellence has its...
LSU fans, where y'all at? Angel Reese fans, where y'all at? Chicago Sky fans, where y'all at? I know people from Florida flying into Iowa to watch Caitlin Clark go up against the Brazilian national team. I know people from California flying in to Iowa to watch Caitlin Clark go up against the Brazilian national team. I wouldn't be surprised if people from Europe, South America, Africa, China are flying just to watch Caitlin Clark return to Iowa to take on the Brazilian national team. But LSU, Angel Reese, and all of those bums can't dish up a couple dollars to watch Angel Reese play. And it's pathetic because Angel Reese had a damn good game. Showed off her new Reebok shoes, looking pretty good. Picked up right where she left off, 15 points, 10 rebounds, 4 for 7. The double-double is back. The double